Do you guys want to hear the wrap-up show with Artie, or did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, with that Gindaloon Gary. A dirty wop.
I did hear that Gary was very hurt. He expressed a great deal of hurt.
I have an issue with Gary, too.
Really?
What's your issue?
I think Gary is slowly starting to dislike me. He is hostile towards me lately, and I have a theory.
Go ahead.
I think he believes, remember all that bullshit that where people said Gary was trying to, get on my coattails and go to a bunch of things, and I'm upset about it, like Ralph had that theory.
Right.
Nothing could be farther from the truth, but I think Gary thinks I really think that way for some reason, because he was very paranoid about it. And since all that, I can't say to him enough that that's not the case. But I think he really thinks that, and he jumps down my throat quite a bit now.
See, it's funny. It's funny because I was actually waiting to say that I think that you secretly dislike me.
No.
I swear, I feel the same. Exactly what Artie just said. I feel the same exact way. I feel like there's some weird thing that happened with Artie and I actually trace it back to a particular incident.
What?
Which I don't really want to discuss on the air that much, but
all right.
When you
you dirty wop.
Well, no, I thought that Artie just sort of wasn't liking me. But I thought it was interesting when you said yesterday you couldn't understand why I was disappointed. Why do you care what I think?
No. I do care what you think. I said
then I care what you think.
I do care what you think, because I consider you a good friend, and I just couldn't believe that everybody cared so specifically about the therapy thing. That's what I was trying to
But do you realize that it's not about the therapy? It's the fact that you lied and betrayed everyone? Lied to you and betrayed?
How did I betray you? I didn't betray. I betrayed you? How does your life affected in a negative way by me lying to you about therapy? That's not betraying you.
He didn't betray you.
Well, in a way he did,
you
because
is fucking your wife. I told you.
You fucked his wife?
Do that? Oh, that would be betray. I fucked his dirty wop wife.
Listen,
that's betraying you. But your life.
But now, what can
consequences?
What can I ever believe that you'll ever say again? You've lied so many times.
That's a different story.
It's a betrayal.
That is a betrayal.
No, Gar, because you got to look at the motive why I'm lying. I'm lying to someone I
don't have
with.
to look at the motive.
I'm lying to someone who's a producer of the show.
You're lying to everybody.
That's not true.
You lie to Howard. You lie to Benji. You lie to Robin. You lie to everyone.
I lied to people who I felt would think negatively about what I'm doing as far as my career is concerned.
So we're the only people you lie to? Just right in this room? I don't believe that.
Mostly, yeah.
You told your mother that you were not in therapy.
Listen, my mother knows me better than anybody. My mother knows I haven't been in therapy, of course.
But you didn't tell her that.
She believe me, at my birthday we discussed it. She knows I'm not in therapy. My mother can see through all that bullshit. But I work here. It's like you never. Look, I'm too honest is the fucking problem. You people who I work with shouldn't even know I have a heroin problem.
But that's you telling us.
I know, so I'm too honest. What is it?
But Artie,
I'm a showman.
You came in with the whole therapy rap because after you missed the Saget roast,
right?
You were getting so much shit that you had to come up with some sort of plan to get everyone off your back.
Exactly. So I don't lie just to fucking lie. When I tell you I like the Yankees, or we're talking about something about my life from years ago where there's no consequences, I'm not lying. I don't lie about things in general.
How do I know that?
What do you mean, how do you know that?
I'm supposed to know what the lie is and what isn't the lie?
Garrett, my point is, what do you care about if I'm lying to you about certain things? And why would I lie to you about? The only thing I lied to you about was the fact that something that might affect my work. That's what I lied to you about. I don't lie to you about anything else, because why would I?
All right.
See, Gary, Artie only lies to benefit himself.
No, I lie to benefit myself.
He doesn't lie
when
just
it comes
to lie.
work.
Right.
Of course.
He doesn't lie.
Just a lie?
I did not get the program that tells you what the lies are for.
Well, listen, the whole thing with lies, it sounds like some soap opera now. I'm not a liar. 99% of my life, I don't lie to anybody. But when I'm afraid something might affect my job,
you lie.
I might, yeah. And I might continue to do it.
In other words, if you were married and your wife said, "Are you cheating on me?"
I might lie.
You might lie.
There I might lie. You ever told a lie?
Of course I have.
Okay, well, here you go. You're a liar. You're a dirty wop liar.
I'd like to think my percentages are slightly lower than yours.
No, they're not, Gar. I guarantee they're not. I lie about things that, if I told the truth, would negatively affect my work life, yeah. Or, I've had girls, who I've told I've never been with whores.
You know what? Listen, while we're here, let's just get this done with, because what Artie said earlier, I do feel that there's some animosity of Artie towards me, and here's when I thought it started.
Okay.
Artie accidentally saw my check once. It was accidentally sent to him.
Oh, God.
And I am telling you that after that, Artie started to treat me differently. He thinks he saw something, and it was really weird. I really do believe that, Artie.
Well, you know what? I think, I'm sorry, because I really don't, that has nothing to do with it. I can't believe that's what you just said. That's not even on my mind. But talk about fuck-ups. I got mailed Gary's check.
And then here's... Okay, so...
listen, man.
Answer me this question.
I'm ashamed I opened it up thinking it was my
so answer this question. This is what they told me.
I think you're lying there. I think you knew it was his thing.
This is what they told... Well, hold on. This is what I'm getting. Just so you know, Artie.
Yeah. What is that?
They claim that they accidentally mailed my check to Artie.
Yeah.
They claim that they called Artie in advance to tell him that was the case. I think it was Artie's mother.
Right.
And to please just not open it and send it back. And then they claim he opened it anyway.
No.
Which I don't know that I believe that. I don't want to believe
Garrett, they're covering their ass, man.
Yeah, I don't want to believe
They're covering their fucking ass.
You don't think they're that organized to actually call Artie and say, don't open up the check?
They sent the wrong check.
They sent my check to fucking somebody else.
I don't know.
How would they know after the fact that they sent the check to the wrong location?
I would never in a million years do. They found out they sent the check to me because I told them. I mean, I don't want to... The reason I didn't bring that up is I don't want to get anybody fired,
I'm sure they've been fired already.
I don't... Well...
You don't have to worry about that. They've just been fired because...
Not the names I heard were involved with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to get them fired.
But there is a part of me that does believe on a smaller level that...
Well, what about your check would make me mad?
That you might have thought it was too much.
I think it's too much.
Yeah, you know what, buddy? I think you're underpaid. How's that sound?
But the other thing is,
you know what? That's odd. That's a surprise. No, I never. No, absolutely not.
The other thing is, there is a part of me that does believe that. Once that thing was planted in my head about me piggybacking on you,
I know, dude.
I start to wonder. And and listen, you didn't help us by making a joke every day before we went to
make jokes. I can't sit here and just
He can't be nice to you.
I got you.
It's like Ralph calls up the wrap-up show and goes, "Oh, now you're going to make jokes. What the fuck am I here for? I'm not here to get analyzed by people. I make jokes." I'm Artie the joke man.
Are you making jokes now?
Artie the joke man.
Well, tell a fucking joke already.
Okay.
So
Palmonomic, you ain't got the brain, you was born.
So this guy's reading a book in bed. He dips his finger in his wife's cunt to turn the pages.
Give Rodney a chance.
Give Rodney a chance.
Cunt.
No, what happened was that was planted in your head. And you know what? People play people around there. And there's certain people who know how to get my goat. They know how to get your goat. They saw you were bothered by that, and they never fucking stopped. And I couldn't tell you enough. We were on a military jet from shit stand to fuck stand, and I'm going, God, I want you to be here. I love that you're here, and I really was.
And he wrote,
I heard you wouldn't love that he was there.
Well, see, he kept doing that. See that?
Yeah,
Okay,
but I heard
he kept doing that.
Because some guy who may or may not pick out his shirts told him that.
Yeah, you may be lying right now.
Not lying. I'm not lying.
You sure?
Yes,
Greg,
I'm
your act
positive.
just called and said you're lying.
And I'm in therapy.
And the other thing is, there are people around here who would stop by my office and say, you know what, I think...
Yeah, I heard that Artie said there were much better comics. You were taking up a slot. That's what I'd heard.
Much better comics. He didn't take up a comedian spot.
Yeah, I took up Artie's friend slot, who inevitably wasn't going to go anywhere.
Actually, yeah, because it was a long story.
So you were happy to see Gary in Afghanistan. Let's clear that up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I swear to God, I'm telling the truth.
I believe you.
I'm an atheist.
I'm telling the truth.
I think it all worked out there, and I think that I didn't...
Hold it.
It was a great trip. It was a great trip.
Artie, Heroin is on the phone.
No, of course.
Heroin, hi.
Shit.
Heroin never lied.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Heroin.
Robin, I'm sorry to inform you that Artie has lied to you.
Oh.
We were together last night.
You were with Artie last night?
You and Heroin were together?
What
I'm calling from his right front pocket.
What did he do? What did he do?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. We weren't up very late. Artie did a little bit of me, and then he went to sleep.
How grotesque.
I have a revelation, and Gary, I'm sorry to inform you, he has lied to you, too.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Heroin.
I got inside of Artie last night, and he was looking on the Internet. He has graduated. You can refer to me.
You were funny for a few minutes.
Right. Heroin is not that funny.
As soon as he said it, it isn't funny, Robin. You kids out there, remember that. And, no, he said I was on the Internet, too, lame.
Hey, Lisa G claims, tell me if this is true.
She's a dirty heap.
Lisa G claims that when you got Gary's check by accident, you tried to show it to her, and she refused to look.
Really?
True? She's claiming that.
I didn't try to show it to
Lisa
her.
G, is that true?
No. Here's what I did that was horrible.
She says Artie showed her Gary's check.
I'll tell you the day it happened. What?
Lisa, is that true?
What is going on around
here?
That
is. Uh-oh, here's Lisa.
I never physically had Gary's check.
We at your birthday party at John's Pizzeria. I was sitting there with High Pitch Mike.
I never physically had Gary's
and you said, I have Gary's check you want to see, and I turned away, and I think High Pitch Mike saw
I was
it.
busting her balls. I didn't have
right, like now we really believe
well,
you.
I didn't physically have Gary like I brought it to the pizzeria. I would.
You were carrying Gary's check around?
Yeah, that's what I did. Lisa, I was kidding
we
with
really
you.
believe you now.
Lisa, first of all...
Lisa, you seem upset with Artie now.
You're a dirty little he.
Lisa, you were going to date Artie at one point. You were thinking about it.
You thought Artie was a catch.
Now that you found out that Artie's lying about therapy, you seem angry.
Well, I have my file, and I revisited it yesterday.
What's in your file?
All the lies that he said. When I followed him around with my microphone on TV, I've got a nice big file.
May 4th, 2006.
What did you find?
Artie says I have a nice ass.
Nope.
Lie.
What?
What specifically?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say until I need to, until that time comes.
No, just blurt it out like you do everything else.
It's not going to be a good ending. I feel like we're not going to have a good ending here.
What do you mean a good? What are you talking about?
What are you saying, Lisa G?
I just feel,
you've got a great ending.
After I reviewed my file, I feel like we will not have a good ending with
Lisa,
this.
do you know how
Artie?
psychotic you sound
Artie.
right now?
Oh, Artie's not going to have a good ending. Are you predicting something terrible happening to Artie?
I don't feel good about this. I'm being honest.
Right.
Well, what
because I think everyone's laughing, ha ha ha. And
well, what
that's
are you
not the way I
going to do?
feel.
I mean, listen, Artie's going to do what Artie's going to do. No one can stop him.
What in your file?
Well, Artie's here for the ha ha. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm ha-haing with you. And what in your file did you see?
When the time's right,
lunatic?
I'll play it for everyone.
You lunatic.
What?
He goes, what did you see in your file, you lunatic?
You raving lunatic.
Who else
You
do you
sound crazy right now. You sound psychotic.
Who else?
I barely know you. You have a file on me? You're like J. Edgar Hoover.
I'm psychotic?
Yeah. You sound like, what's with you with a file on me?
Who else do you have files on?
That's it.
Oh, please. You, Howard. There's a
Oh,
file
really?
of you with pictures and hearts and all sorts
We
of
hired another
Called a
fucking stalker.
shrine. That's not a
Howard Stalker job placement.
Pictures of you and Beth with Beth cut out. Single white female right here.
Yeah, it is. She is.
Lisa G is an excellent reporter who keeps files on everything everyone says, and she is...
No, really, it's really Artie, some of the lies that he has said.
You've been charting the lies.
How could I not?
When did you start this
Why
file?
would you do that?
This is fascinating. Well, you are such a reporter. When did you start this file?
She's such a crazy person.
Look who is talking. Who is crazy?
Lisa, every problem
Artie,
I
you're
have
a
is
liar. It's
justified.
sad. Keep going.
I'm a drug
Keep talking.
addict. Drug addicts like, so there's a definite listen. There's a logical reason why I lie. There's no logical reason why you have a file on me. You're crazy. That's crazy. You're a nutto.
Look who is talking.
And I was going to bang you, but I'm afraid when you bang a crazy person, it gets crazy.
But that's the best sex.
Now, where's Jason? Jason claims that Artie did have Gary's check at the pizza party.
What?
How would he know?
When High Pitch Mike comes in, you ask him.
Jason, what do you know about
Did you
this?
see it?
Artie, don't throw anything at me. I just wanted to
How
back
could
up.
I miss?
That's why I said don't.
Move, I can't see Robin.
No, I just wanted to back up Lisa on that since Artie's being truthful now. I mean, you did. You had the check out and you were showing it around the party.
You
were,
saw
dude.
the check.
I saw the check.
Wow.
I did not see the amount written on the check.
Honestly, that is. I never physically had the check.
Maybe
you know
you were
what?
high.
My mother had it and never ever showed it to me.
Then how'd you know the amount on
Then
it?
how'd you get it in your wallet?
Because
His mom told him.
No, my mother called me up, and I went over and looked at it. But
What is it, a
my
museum
mother
artifact?
listen. My mother knew the amount, so my mother was never,
Jason, you're claiming Artie had the check and he showed it to you?
Jason ran away.
Oh.
Was Gary at that party?
I was.
Did he give you your check back?
No.
Why wouldn't I do that?
Why wouldn't you do that?
What happened was
That sounds like he was joking.
What had
Of
happened?
course, I was joking.
Artie was
I never physically had the check.
Jason, you saw the check.
He was showing something around. I mean, look, we're all.
Maybe he was kidding with a piece of paper or something.
You're such a gullible little fruit.
Okay, so I made up out of thin air that you had Gary's check, that you knew how much he made.
I knew how
you were
much
upset by how much he
I
made.
did know how much he made.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I was joking about
Then
it.
other people,
Yeah.
like Artie's going to talk about it at the
So
party.
you feel Artie got angry with you after he saw the amount of money you made? You've always
I don't
had
know that
feeling.
But wait a minute, there's a
angry.
bigger issue here.
I think it's more
backtracking
resentment,
on that.
resentment.
And all of a sudden, I didn't have the check. You were showing something around. What was I showing
All
around?
right, that night at the restaurant,
Right.
You said, "I have Gary's check. I know how much he makes." It's kind of upsetting me.
I knew how much he
Lisa
made.
has the same story. There's other guys in the back room with the same exact story.
Are there really?
Yeah.
That I physically showed them the check?
Physically showed the check. I'm trying to remember if you physically had a check in your hand.
My mother-
I remember seeing something in your hand with a figure written down.
Who else is saying yeah over there?
Benji.
No, I'm saying
Benji saw it too?
Artie might have joked around and written something down, but that doesn't mean he had the check with
I
him.
did not have the check.
Sounds like he was
Well,
walking
everybody
around.
knew about the
I
check.
see.
I talked to Artie about the
I
check.
don't deny not. I told people about it because I thought it was funny. It
wasn't that funny to me.
It had happened 10 minutes before I got to the party, and I had a couple of drinks. And I was like, a funny thing happened.
That I agree with.
did-
Artie had a couple of drinks, and then when I mentioned to Artie that I would rather he not talk about it, he stopped.
Of course
but
I
he did
did.
He did get to a lot of the party before I got to him.
So Artie is now saying he is not angry with you about your check.
All right, that's good to hear.
I really am not.
But is he angry about anything else?
And if you call my mother really wouldn't lie. She'll tell you she never physically sent me that check. She mailed it back. And if I had your check there, of course I would just hand it to you.
All right, so that's a good question, Robin. Do you have any issues with me at all?
No, I think
I do.
I don't because I'm telling you, after years of people getting in your head here, you got it in your head that I had a problem with you, and I think you've been like snippy with me lately because of it.
I'm upset about. Aside from all of that, I am upset about the way you're acting, just because of. Again, you're making me sound like I'm gay. But I do care.
Not. You are.
But I care about you a lot.
I care about you a lot.
And if you said I need to leave the show for 2 months to go get better, I would say that that's a great thing. I would rather lose you here and keep you in life than just have you fucking come in here every day.
But now you couldn't be sure he'd be getting the help within that 2 months.
That
He
is
might
true.
Be taken on.
That is true.
He
At
might
the
be
end of the
just
day,
relaxing.
Artie, at the end of the day,
in Italy.
it's about you.
No, I know.
sounds gay.
Listen, and when I tell you, here's the thing. See, so now when I tell you I believe you care about me that way, you'll go, you're lying. Like I don't know what to say.
No,
man.
but when
I understand that.
Artie, do you believe that Gary...
You want to know how much Gary made?
Yes, please. And write it down on a sheet of paper, and then I'll pass it around. Matter of fact, I do want to know what he's up to. But do me a favor.
He's underpaid.
Is he? Okay.
First of all, I don't even know. Here's the funny thing. I don't even know
That
what
doesn't
it,
sound like a real applause.
I don't even know what it was that Artie saw, and I don't even know, what check he saw, whether it was for what period of time.
Here's what
so I don't know what's in his head.
Here's
Can
what
I
I'll
say
admit to.
something?
I swear to on my father's grave that I did not have that check at that party. And I would have given it to you if I did. What I will admit to, which I should have showed more willpower, was my mother gets my checks. And she called me up and she said, listen, Art, I feel bad. I was sent Gary's check instead of yours by mistake, and I just ripped it open a lot, and I looked at the amount, and it was a different amount than usual. And I started looking about why it would be that way. And she saw Gary's name.
Right.
So we were talking on the phone, and I'm thinking, I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, if someone wouldn't have done this, you're a better person than I am.
I would have asked.
I said, Ma, it's me and you. I said, what does Gary make? She's like, so I had to for a half an hour, I had to grill her, and finally she told me, and neither one of us had a problem with it.
I'd want to know.
And that's why, and that happened literally. Remember that night? I was under the impression I was going to dinner with just you and Beth. Yeah. Literally, when I parked my car to meet you at your apartment, my mother had just told me that. It was funny. It was on my mind. I had a couple of drinks and I told people. I shouldn't have told anybody. That was bad. And then Gary came to me and he said, listen, I appreciate this. That's why High Pitch Mike, when me and him started arguing, this is what he wanted to bring up all the time. And I said, well, that affects other people. That's rude of you to do that.
Right.
So I'm sorry you had to bring it up now. That could not be. I asked my mom.
It was a thing that I thought that was going on between you and I.
My mother never, ever sent me the check. She just, I said, well, mail it back and tell the person. I felt bad someone might get fired, so I never physically had the check.
Well, listen, I do understand Gary's point. He is saying that you think it's gay that he cares so much about you.
I really don't. That's
everyone.
You're gay and faggot.
I think that everyone on this show, myself included, I'm speaking for everyone now, is genuinely concerned about you. I think you know that.
I believe that. Sure.
I can tell you I love you. I know that Gary does, and I don't know about Robin, but
yeah,
Fred,
there seems to be some question.
Yeah, Fred, I don't.
I know Robin.
Fred, I don't really.
I get.
Fred, I don't really know that well, but I'm saying
I get nothing but great vibes that way from everyone.
Even Fred, you're
yeah,
saying.
of course.
You get vibes from Fred?
Especially Fred.
You get vibes from Fred.
I feel I'm a very good friends with Fred. I really think I am.
Well, then you've got more going than I do. But anyway,
and Benji.
I think what Gary is saying is that everyone here genuinely loves you, and that no matter what kind of help you need, we'd be supportive of it.
Right.
If in fact you do need help. And so that's all he's saying, and he thinks sometimes you mistake that for either him being gay or for him, like, you're like, why would you care so much about me? But he really... I know for me, I really dig you. I think you're a great guy. I don't want anything bad to ever happen to you. That's all. And we see you.
I mean, I feel okay. Listen, first of all,
and not, you know, me coming down on Gary's side may make it sound a little gay, but you know, when you love somebody and
you set them free,
right? But when they tell you they're taking some steps to do something positive in their life, and you're trying to support them in doing that,
and when they don't, it's frustrating.
And then they tell you that that was all a lie. It's a letdown.
All right.
All right.
I understand that, and I believe everything you guys are saying. What I will say about what you just said is, again, it's a comedy show.
Yes.
You said it might seem gay, or like, why are you so concerned about me? The gay thing is, I'm not like a Neanderthal. I don't think someone's gay for having it. That's
gay
me,
and faggot.
That's me being faggot.
But Artie,
funny.
I'm trying to be funny when I call somebody gay like that.
Okay, yesterday...
I'm not a complete fucking gorilla. I'm a baby gorilla. But it is more that, like, whoa, what's your problem? Why do you care about me so much?
Right.
And that's a psychological thing, and I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't think
everyone
anybody's gay for having
people
feelings.
really enjoy you, and the world would be a lot emptier for us if you weren't here. And all we're saying is that we know Artie does what Artie wants, but at the same point,
we get that.
If Artie decides he ever needs help, we're here for you.
Like if I told you the first couple of weeks of 2009 I'll be away getting help, you'd be fine with it.
I wouldn't believe it, but
we drive you.
I would try to support you.
We demand a note from your doctor.
Right.
Well, yeah, you'd get that.
Hey, Howard, can I
know
just say,
doctors that for money will give me a note.
Artie made an amazing revelation on the wrap-up show yesterday going to this point. Artie talked about the first time he went to rehab for his coke addiction, and he went to a 4-month program, and in the middle of the program, he got the movie Dirty Work. Is that correct?
This is in the book,
right.
Yeah.
So Artie says basically he was not supposed to get out, and the place doesn't exist anymore, and he doesn't name it.
Right.
But he basically bribed his way out after half the time in there. Yeah. So he never even finished that rehab.
Well, when you're in rehab, they can't hold you there against your will. I mean, you got to be there because you want to be.
But here's what happened.
You had a court-appointed thing?
Yeah, what happened was... No, it wasn't even a court-appointed thing. It was basically... This guy... I made an agreement with this guy to stay for 4 months. He then made an agreement to write a note to my next possible employer saying this guy... Or even Mad TV if it came up, saying, I'm signing off. This guy's good.
Right.
Yeah, he completed or whatever.
So I certainly could have left, but he wasn't going to sign that paper.
Right.
So the bribe was to sign the paper.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So he did sign the paper.
Right, because the Dirty Work producers wanted something from a doctor.
And then didn't you try to score coke that night when you were with Norm and Chevy?
He was playing pool.
Yeah.
No, that was the night of the audition for Dirty Work. I told that story on the wrap-up.
All right, listen.
I'm fucked up.
You're fine. You're gonna make it. You're gonna get help, and we'll see what happens.
What? Howard, he's not gonna get help.
Oh, that's right. You're not gonna get help, and you're not gonna be fine. Dominic Barber, you have the last word, and then I must.
2 quick points. I want to read the last paragraph of Artie's book. The last sentence. Because lately I'm starting to think on the show business drug addict forgiveness meter, I'm inching closer to Jeff Conway than Robert Downey Jr. each and every day. Well, I got to go. Take it easy. And I hope to see you all back here next book. That's a pretty honest comment.
All right, thank you, Dominic.
And that he sees himself more like Conway than Downey.
Yeah, we heard it.
Why did you say it again?
No, the point of that is that everybody says
Artie's trying to angle to get on that celebrity rehab. I know it.
Oh yeah,
that's why he's more like Jeff.
$250,000. We'll take $250,000 for that.
Howard, your movie, is it more honest or less honest in terms of your marriage than Artie's life?
It's 100% honest. It was very honest when I wrote it, and my marriage fell apart, but I really meant it. It was sincere.
Look, shit happens in life, man.
They couldn't change it mid-movie.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're in the middle of a shooting schedule. You got millions of dollars. What's he going to do? Ivan said to me, you better hold your marriage. I remember when the movie was in, he goes, you better hold your marriage together. He goes, this is a movie about how good you're doing.
Right.
I said, okay. How long do I exactly have to hold it together? He goes, at least 2 years. I go, oh, wow, okay.
Oh, I can't see marriages breaking up. However, for my Christmas party, I'm inviting everyone. Anyone coming?
No one likes you.
When is it? At your house? Where is it? At your house?
At my home in Glen Cove. I'm having catered by Bernard's, a famous place, and I would love to send a car for everyone.
Okay, thank you. No one's coming.
Right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I bet the food's going to be good there.
Yeah, he has good food.
The point of that comment is, like everybody tells you the show business is a forgiving business. Well, it is if, you're Robert Downey Jr.
Right, yeah.
But even he had to prove a few things.
Well, that's what I mean, but he kept being amazing in movies, so he kept getting part.
We're still waiting for Jeff Conway to be amazing in anything.
Jeff has only been amazing in rehab.
If you're not talented or bankable, they're like, well, listen, we don't forgive you.
That's right.
I'm watching Celebrity Rehab. Jeff Conway goes, I want to get back into movies.
I'm like, what part is it where the guy can't stand up straight?
I can't. Well,
Hunchback in Notre Dame.
He could play that. He could play Scrooge, right? That was so. I watched that last night. That was so painful to watch. Like Conway, man. Again, he stepped up when Gary Busey got boring,
right,
and took over again. Like that one part where he's saying, because I can relate to it so much of the fear of that happening to someone in show business. Like, I can't stand the failure. He's letting it all out. Like I can't. I want to act again. He goes, I want to win an Academy Award.
I want to win the Oscar.
Please.
And Dr. Drew has to sit there and go, I think you're going to do it.
Maybe you should be a teacher.
I got to tell you, they say Mickey Rourke is going to be nominated for an Oscar for that movie that he's in.
He's never been in Celebrity Rehab.
He should have been, and I would have thought he could never be in a good movie again.
This is all fascinating, but I must take a break.
I have such a funny story about that movie the next time you have time, the Mickey Rourke movie.
I want to hear about
that. The wrestler?
I have a good story.
Were you up for that?
I auditioned for it's really it's a typical story about my life, and addiction comes into it. I can tell it quick.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, the guy who directed that and I think wrote it is a guy named Darren Aronofsky. He did a movie called Requiem for a Dream. Did you ever see that?
Yes, great movie.
Unbelievable movie. And so I used to be great at auditioning, man. I suck at it now. And this guy called me up and said, Darren Aronofsky personally, he says he wants to see you for this movie, The Wrestler.
Right.
At the time, Nicolas Cage was doing it, not Mickey Rourke.
Oh, this is many years ago.
No, this is just last year.
Okay,
Nicolas Cage fell out, and I read it, and it was like with Nicolas Cage, I didn't want to do it. I was like, it's just going to be. I'd rather do the Howard Stern show than be in some shit Nicolas Cage movie.
Right.
Then they said, then they said, Mickey Rourke's going to do it, and I said, you know what? Now it seems interesting to me because I read the script.
Right.
I said, now it turned into a movie that I'd want to be in. And so I went and I auditioned for this guy, Darren Aronofsky. He's a younger guy. I didn't realize he's a little bit younger than me. I really took it seriously, and I had what I thought was a great audition. It was for the fifth lead of the movie, a sleazy wrestling promoter in that world, and he had all the scenes with Mickey Rourke. So I went back another time, killed again. Then I went back and did a screen test. This is all in New York. Killed again. So my agent says to me, you know, Aronofsky really likes you, and it's between you and one other guy. I said, who is it? You wouldn't tell me.
Probably Robert Downey Jr.
You're right. Yeah. I'm dying to see the movie.
Because you don't know who. Do you know who got it?
No. It's one of those things where I just put it out of mind. And they made it quickly because now all of a sudden it's out and right. So I'm like, wow. So it goes right to the end, and my manager calls me back and goes, the other guy got it. And I'm like, oh fuck! It was really like almost like God fucking with me because I wanted it now. They got me into it.
Right.
So I'm talking to my buddy David Herman, I was on Mad TV. Now this is where my buddy David would probably remember this, but I was all fucked up, and I don't know how true this next part is. He talked to a friend of his, and he said, his friend said, doesn't Artie remember Darren Aronofsky? And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, when I was at Mad TV back in 1996, we go out to a Hollywood party. This is this kid telling me the story.
Yeah.
And Artie was really fucked up. It was one of those times where you had to pull him out of the party.
Right.
And this kid went to film school with Darren Aronofsky. He said that in this party you claimed that this guy Aronofsky, this is before Requiem for a Dream, about a year before it came out. You claimed that this guy was looking at you wrong, and you kept hitting him in the head and punching him in the face. And I said, what? He goes, you were abusing this guy, calling him like a film school fag. And
wow. And, maybe he did this to get back at you.
That's what I'm thinking. So he said to me, do you think he could remember that? And he's just fucking
Sure
with
he
it?
would. Who would forget that? Some guy smacking me in the head, I ain't going to forget.
I said, listen, I don't remember.
Can't wait to get that guy.
I said, listen, I don't remember this.
Wow.
And
what an elaborate plot to fuck your head up.
Well, it makes sense since the guy that got the part looks nothing like Artie.
Right.
Yeah, completely physically different.
Again, but you see, I don't. Maybe there's a chance he forgot it because
he didn't forget.
Because he thought you were that guy. Like maybe he thought, wow, he'd be perfect.
This
for the
guy's such a dirtbag.
Yeah.
But he was so nice to me in the auditions and never brought anything like that up. So. I don't know. Maybe
that's a very dark way to get back at someone. That would be almost criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of his movies?
Marissa Tomei.
He seems like he'd be that kind of guy.
Wait, everyone's talking at once. What is that, Fred?
Have you seen some of his movies? They're very intricate. They're very cerebral.
Right.
Well,
very plotted out. He seems like he's that kind of guy.
I love Requiem for a Dream.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
That's about as dark. That's about as depressing as a movie could possibly be. The ending.
Did you show him Gary's paycheck when you auditioned?
So now I'm thinking but this other kid was a film student and an editor, and while I had a problem back then, I don't know. It's like there's some for some reason I think the kid's fucking with me.
I don't know.
Do you know who else is in the movie? Waz. Maybe Waz got your part.
Yeah. Who's
Waz got that part?
Wow. Who's Waz?
He's a guy we know. Used to work the door. At,
the doorman guy.
Doorman.
Howard, Marissa Tomei's in the movie. She does a lot of. I was just looking at pictures of her yesterday. Full frontal nudity.
Look at this. Comedians Todd Barry and Judah Freelander both got parts in this movie.
Yeah, Judah.
I think Judah Freelander.
I think in an elaborate way to fuck with Artie's head, they gave parts to every comedian out there, and Waz.
And a doorman.
If they wanted to get back at Artie, they would have given a part to Levy.
Judah and Todd are great friends of mine. And Judah's a great actor, actually, though.
Right. All right. Listen, I'm sorry to hear that you were rejected, and that goes back to your point about Jeff Conaway. He can't take the rejection. The rejection sometimes is very hard in show business when you get that close to something, and then you blame yourself for not getting that part, and you don't know why. You sit there and you go. And you know what it could have been?
What more could he have done?
It could have just been that the guy goes, I see an older guy. You know?
Or, the physical thing is just not the right
And that's a great story, obviously, that I just told. But to me, I don't believe it. I really don't. I don't think
you
that
don't
happened.
believe that he just was fucking with you.
I don't believe that. I don't believe I slapped him around.
Okay.
I believe I might have met him. I really do. I don't know. Like this other kid might.
I still believe you're going to a therapist, so I don't know what to believe.
This other kid might.
I don't think he does heroin. How's that?
This other kid might dislike me for some reason.
Who knows?
Somebody's fucking with you.
Yeah. All I know is
that's true.
I'm not going to see you in the movie.
Yeah.
Gary, where does this leave you and Artie now that all this has come to the forefront?
Well, Artie says he's not mad at me, so I guess I have to take him at his word.
But in all seriousness,
it probably. I'm glad we got it out of the table. It probably merits an off-air conversation. I'm not sure how much different it will be because Artie doesn't like to talk about stuff like this off the air. But since it's obviously an issue for both of us, we both have the same feeling that the other one is harboring some resentment. It's probably, we probably should talk off the air.
Can this relationship be repaired?
Yeah.
Can you guys get back to where you were?
No, totally. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can get back to, I don't know. I mean, I'm having a trust issue on top of it that has nothing to do with how we feel about each other. Now, the trust issue, even if everything was great, it would still be a problem.
By the way, did you hear the big promotion for Artie Dash